Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
We are following two breaking stories off the top here at 5 o'clock. First, a freeway shooting at the intersection of the Southfield Freeway and I-96.
We're going to begin, though, with golf icon Tiger Woods involved in a serious car crash in California. Good to have you with us today at 5. I want to get right out to Bernie with the newest information released not too long ago from his agent.
Yeah, Bernie, you can just tell how bad the crash was from the damage of the car.
Yeah, absolutely. No question about it. The news came just after 7 a.m. L.A. time. Tiger Woods was involved in a one-car rollover accident outside of Los Angeles. Paramedics reportedly needed the jaws of life to remove him from the vehicle. And at this hour, he is still in surgery with multiple leg injuries. This is the scene in Rancho Palos Verdes where the accident took place. ESPN's reporting the injuries are not life-threatening. CNN says his injuries are moderate to critical. His longtime agent, Mark Steinberg, released this statement. It reads, Tiger Woods was in a single-car accident this morning in California where he suffered multiple leg injuries. He is currently in surgery, and we thank you for your privacy and support. And Woods was in the L.A. area for the Genesis Invitational Golf Tournament played last weekend, for which he is the host. He was not playing because he is currently recovering from his 5th back surgery. Devin, Kimberly will update you as the story warrants. We'll see you later.
You got it, Bernie. Obviously, a lot of people following that story. And just as soon as we have any further updates, we will pass them on to you.
Indeed. Now to our other breaking news story here at 5. Michigan State Police responding to reports of a shooting on the freeway on Detroit's west side.
Let's get to Tim Pamplin live on the Southfield Freeway at the intersection with I-96. Tim.
Yeah, Devin, you can see up there, that's the exit from the Southfield, southbound to the 96. That vehicle there, window shot out, police doing their investigation. As we come down the ramp here again, southbound Southfield Freeway to 96. I counted about 13 evidence markers on the freeway down here. Let's get some video from Sky 4 over the scene. You can see where the vehicle came to an end up on the ramp there. Police have got the ramp closed, but southbound Southfield is getting by on just the left-hand lane now, so you can get through, but it's very backed up. Now, this location is just about a mile west of last night's freeway shooting where 3 young people died. Unfortunately, this is becoming an all too common occurrence on the freeways around town. So back down here on the ground, as you can see, Michigan State Police funneling all the traffic into the one lane. We'll keep you updated as the information comes in, as we get an update maybe on the driver or passengers of this vehicle up here. Back to you in the studio.
All right, Tim. Our other top story tonight, it's been a long and frustrating wait for seniors in Highland Park and Hamtramck, but today the wait is over.
Seniors got their long-awaited first doses of the coronavirus vaccine at a clinic organized by Say Detroit. Sean Lay live in Highland Park tonight. The rollout there has taken far longer than it has in Detroit. Sean.
And think about how hard it was for people here in Highland Park to look right across the border and see Detroit vaccinating so many people. But now tonight, I'm also hearing from you in other parts of Wayne County asking, when is it going to be our turn? We're working tonight to answer that question for you. But here in Highland Park, it was a big day.
Took me less than 15 minutes. Come in, get out, and I come walking out of here with a brand new state of mind. I've been in fear for the last past year. Now, I'm fear factor free.
COVID-19 took Eldrick Burton's job and took his ability to leave his house. Today, he got his first shot of the COVID-19 vaccine.
Preventing myself from catching the disease and giving it to others, I've been afraid to come out the house.
Wayne County, finally focusing on seniors. 7 vaccination clinics kicking off this week. This one serving Highland Park and Hamtramck. Michelle Odrobina is from Hamtramck. She knew to come to HP.
Because I saw the segment on Channel 4, so right away I called.
Trying to get a shot has been a matter of life and death for our seniors. Oh, and you know how we all say just go online and make an appointment?
I wasn't looking just because I don't have access to a computer.
In Highland Park, many don't have computers or a phone or a ride or a doctor.
It really is a sigh of relief.
The charity Say Detroit kept this clinic moving, knowing the needs of Highland Park.
Word of mouth. Word of mouth.
And tomorrow, this will be the first clinic in the area to offer walk-up vaccinations, 65 and older.
Today we would say was critical in terms of delivery of medical care to a community.
Now that I got the shot, I feel confident.
Wayne County opening clinics this week. Also in Romulus, Melvindale, Canton. Got a million calls. Canton, Plymouth, Inkster, and Wayne. I'm hearing from so many of you saying, what about where I live? I do know. Big county meeting this morning that got heated. People throwing around ideas about how to serve other communities. One idea, smaller clinics with longer hours, but they have to have the doses, guys. Back to you.
Sean, this clinic was badly needed, though, because they got some bad news recently.
So, yeah, Wayne County with today's clinic, it runs again tomorrow. Look behind me. That was Highland Park's CVS. Now, CVS not a part of Michigan's vaccination plan yet, but the mayor fully expected CVS to get involved. They pulled out recently, and the mayor says the timing could not have been worse. Yeah. Wait until you hear what he has to say at 6 o'clock.
All right, Sean, we will see you then.
Well, let's take a look now at today's coronavirus numbers. The state reports 1,316 new cases of COVID-19 in the past 24 hours. Along with that, 34 more Michiganders have lost their lives in the past day, including 18 coming from a review of vital records.
And when it comes to the vaccine, 100,000 new doses have been distributed in Michigan, bringing the total to 2.4 million doses. 1.8 million have been administered thus far.
Two men face criminal charges after allegedly threatening Michigan officials. The threats happened both before and after the November election. 43-year-old Clinton Stewart is accused of leaving a threatening voicemail for Michigan Court of Claims Judge Cynthia Stevens. He accused her of making rulings that favored then-President-elect Joe Biden. 62-year-old Daniel Thompson is accused of threatening Senator Debbie Stabenow and Representative Alyssa Slotkin. It's alleged Thompson said he was angry about the results of the election and that there would be violence if the results were not changed. We'll have Senator Stabenow's reaction to the charges coming up new at 6.
Meanwhile, at a Senate committee hearing today chaired by Michigan Senator Gary Peters, members of law enforcement were grilled on the response to the January 6th siege on the U.S. Capitol. This is the first in a series of hearings working to ensure something like this doesn't happen again. Alice Barr is following it from Washington. Alice.
Devin, former top Capitol security officials today blaming federal law enforcement for poor intelligence and the Defense Department for slow authorization of the National Guard as officers fought to defend the Capitol and their own lives.
Testimony you will give before this
testifying publicly for the first time since last month's deadly siege on the U.S. Capitol.
These criminals came prepared for war.
Former law enforcement officials grilled by senators about how an angry mob was able to overrun what is supposed to be one of the most secure buildings in the world.
We must have the facts.
Former U.S. Capitol Police Chief Stephen Sund, who resigned after the attack, blaming bad intelligence for how unprepared his department was for the level of violence that killed one officer.
We properly planned for a mass demonstration with possible violence. What we got was a military-style coordinated assault on my officers and a violent takeover of the Capitol building.
Former Chief Sund and the House and Senate sergeants at arms, who also resigned, all testified they did not see an FBI alert sent the day before the attack, warning that extremists were calling for war at the Capitol. Sund revealing today his intelligence division received the FBI bulletin but didn't pass it up the chain of command. Once the violence began, D.C. Metropolitan Police responded, and the acting chief testified he was stunned by how long it took to mobilize the National Guard.
Chief Sund was pleading for the deployment of the National Guard, and in response to that, there was not an immediate yes. The National Guard is responding.
The sergeants at arms disputed the former chief's timeline for when he first requested the troops, senators asking for phone records to clear it up. Blame and pain at just the beginning of a high-stakes search for answers.
Senators are pressing for more training and equipment for Capitol Police so they're better prepared for any threats like this in the future. In Washington, Alice Barr, Local 4.
Alice, thank you. Michigan State Police investigators shut I-96 back down this afternoon looking for evidence in the freeway shootout that left 3 people dead. It happened last night right around 10 o'clock in the westbound lanes at Schaefer. Let's get to Larry Spruill. He's live tonight with brand new information from police. And Larry, they're calling this whole incident just bizarre.
Kimberly, police are saying this whole entire shooting just does not make any sense whatsoever. That's why they were back out here earlier today to do some more investigating. Now, everything happened around 10 o'clock last night on the Interstate 96 near Schaefer Highway. Tonight, 3 people are dead. there are a lot more questions than answers. Tuesday afternoon, Michigan State Police back out on Interstate 96, investigating a shooting they call bizarre. Our cameras here as MSP closed portions of I-96 near Davison Freeway, walking up and down looking for any clues in this highway shooting that killed 3 people.
So this is a pretty complicated scene. It's actually 2 different instances, but they kind of stemmed from one another.
Lieutenant Michael Shaw with Michigan State Police says they got 911 calls about this freeway shooting Monday night around 10 o'clock in the area of Interstate 96 and Schaefer in Detroit.
When troopers arrived out on scene, they located 2 vehicles on the express lanes at 96 by Schaefer. One of the vehicles contained a driver who was killed by a gunshot. There was an injured female passenger that was still alive and talking on the scene.
So things are a little complicated, so I want to break down the details one by one. Shaw says there were 2 people, a male and female in one car and another male in another car. They started shooting at each other.
The male driver of the one vehicle being killed on scene. The female was transported to a local hospital where she unfortunately is going to succumb to her wounds. The second vehicle that was involved in the incident, either the driver or the passenger, we're not quite sure which one yet, tried to run from the scene on foot. Ended up jumping over the center median wall and landed in the left lane.
He was hit by another car unrelated to the highway shooting. He died on the scene. And so here is what we know about the victims. I did speak with family members off camera. They did not want to talk to me on camera, but they say the man and the woman inside that car, the man, he is in his late 30s. He is a brother, a son, and an uncle. He is from Detroit. That woman who was in the car with them, she is a mother. She is also from Detroit. The other man who was hit and killed on the highway, he is in his 20s. He is from Highland Park. We are live by Interstate 96 tonight. Larry Sproul, Local 4.
All right, Larry. The chief of the Cherokee Nation says it is time.
Ahead here at 5, why he believes it's time for Jeep to ditch the Cherokee brand name and what the company has to say about it. Hi there, Ben.
Hey, Kim, we've seen scenes like this month, but not with the temperatures that come along with it. Wait till you see the numbers we hit today and why we may see more of it later this week.
A big battle brewing between lawyers representing former Governor Rick Snyder and Flint's current mayor. We'll take you behind the war of words coming up tonight in my Help Me Hank report.